Hello everybody, it's me John, aka Nosy, and I'm here for a brand new Transformers review. Today I'm going to be reviewing something I got for Christmas. This is going to kind of be a two-part review because I got two of these. Without further ado, I'm going to be doing and building this. Oh yes. Yolopark Optimus Prime AMK series 20cm model kit. Yeah. I'm going to be attempting to build this. Let's roll those titles and let's get into it. So here we are then. So Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime model kit by Yolopark. I saw a couple of these on sale at TF Nation back in August, but I couldn't really afford to pick up anything else because I kind of went a little bit overboard. But yeah, I have been interested in these to say the least. Now, you know, I've done a few model kits and I've done some, model build reviews here on the channel. I've done Gunpla, Gunpla kits, and I've done a few other different kits over the years. And I do like my model kits. I mean, I find them quite relaxing, to be quite honest. But these things are slightly different to Gunpla. The reason why I say that is because I posted these on social media, and I got a comment on one of the groups that I posted on, basically saying that that person has actually done Gunpla kits in the past, but never a Transformers kit. So this is actually my first time doing a Transformers model kit. I know there's a few various versions. This is obviously Yolopark, the Yolopark one, but then there's also, I think, is it Flame Toys as well or something. There's like other model kits out there that are also quite detailed. But these Yolopark ones are seem to be centered around the Rise of the Beasts film. This guy and obviously Optimus Primal, and soon to be released, they are releasing Rise of the Beasts Cheetah and Rhinox as well. So this is obviously the box. Looks pretty cool. Have a look at the back. Yes, nice look-see at what it should look like once built, and all the parts. So I'm going to get him out and show you what it looks like in the sleeve before we commence with the build. So yeah, these are slightly different to Gunpla kits as well. The reason why I say that is that Gunpla kits, or majority of model kits in general, whether it's Airfix, like model planes, model cars, they usually come kind of on what you know as like plastic trees or something, I don't know what they call them, but basically the plastic things that you snip the parts off of. These, however, they're not like that. They basically are like this. Hopefully you can see it because it is reflective. I don't want to lose any parts, so I'm keeping the protective thing on. But this is how this guy is presented, as well as probably all of them. So you basically get him pretty much kind of in the right position to be assembled, and you basically just assemble all the parts. You also get additional hands. You get open hands, you get trigger hands, pointing hands, and closed fist. And you basically get everything you could possibly want. All the parts that you need for Optimus Prime. I assume you also get his weapon, or is it just literally I don't know if you get his weapon or not. I don't think you do. There's literally nothing on the back there saying of a weapon. But I don't know, we'll see how we go, I guess. I think the whole idea of these is just a model kit, just a nice model representation, statue, and also it is posable, articulated as well. Of course, these don't transform either. So yeah, so that's that. We also get in the box the like an instruction pamphlet, booklet, no, like a pamphlet. Yeah, it's relatively simple and straightforward. You just basically just piece it all together. So yeah, this thing doesn't actually go into step by step, but to be quite honest with you, it is relatively straightforward. Everything is in the right position to piece together. So let's do this thing. So here's a nice look now that the plastic sleeve's off. This is basically what you are welcome to. All the individual parts, his legs obviously, or like I said, the individual hands that you see along here. Yeah, very, very small parts, so be very careful. This thing is pretty snug. This plastic protector, it is quite snug on there, so unfortunately all these parts will just fly all over the place. So I would just be very, very careful that you don't lose anything. Very important. But it seems relatively straightforward. I mean, obviously the arms go into the torso, and then obviously you've got the these bits as well, which obviously is shoulders up here, so shoulders, arms, torso, abdomen area, and then also the legs, and then you've got all these bits here as well that go on him. So we're going to give it a go, my friends. Let's do it. So first, we have his chest. Let's have a nice look at the parts. Very, very nice indeed. Really, really beautifully detailed and painted. Pre-painted as well. You see up here as well, at the top, where the head meets the rest of it, is really beautiful, like chrome paint. Yeah, very nice. And it's a decent plastic as well. It doesn't feel like other model kits that I've had. It really doesn't feel the same. In quality wise, I mean, usually, you know, obviously it's a bit different because this is all molded, slightly different process. So obviously we have the chest, and then we have his head. Let's have a nice little look see at the head there, if you can see it. But that is really beautifully painted, really is. So first, this will just simply pop into there. Bit of force may be needed, like so. There we are. So there's his head and torso now assembled. Next piece is the shoulder. Everything mounts onto, and then you get his smokestack as well, which is beautifully painted as well. This just simply, very, very easily, they see there's a slot there, and then that just goes straight into there like so, and just pushes in. So that's the first part of there done. And then you've got all these other bits. You've got this, which is the front of the shoulder panel, and it obviously has the Autobot symbol on it. This just simply will go on like so, like that. So that's two pieces done just for that piece alone. And then the last piece, okay, so that previous piece I just showed you actually goes on the arm, the lower arm. So the only other piece for his shoulder you need to do is this very small little bit of red plastic like this, and it basically goes into the back. It's like a recess, and it just goes into there, like so. So that is one shoulder now completely built. Very simple, really. The instructions do sort of give you an idea of how to assemble it all, but it's literally on just a two-sided piece of paper. So if you're one of these people that struggle with models, it is relatively straightforward as long as you go by this. You know which part is for which bit. So that is that. So that then, now you've finished that, we'll then assemble to the torso and head that we've already done. So that just simply just pokes into there like so. And of course you have two of those, so I will go ahead off camera building the other one, and then we'll get on to the arms. So we now come to the arm, the main arm assembly, which is really nicely detailed, as you can tell. Really nicely detailed. Full articulation. It actually has two-way articulation of the elbow there, and it also, this bit here, this also moves as well, so it's got two parts of articulation. The only thing is, I've noticed, it doesn't have the swivel like most figures that have like an elbow kind of swivel, but this doesn't. You'll be able to swivel it obviously by this where it plugs in, but it doesn't have the swivel at the elbow joint. It has the swivel up here where the shoulder, so you'll be able to swivel it with the shoulder where this meets the shoulder, but not from the elbow. But it does have pretty cool, has a pretty interesting joint there. So the part we need for this bit is this little, what I showed you earlier, this bit of plastic, and this simply goes, I think, here, like that. There we go, yeah. Perfect. So that just little bit of red plastic just simply just plugs into there, and that is pretty much all you need to do for the arm, I believe. And then it's just a fist at the end of that. So let me just get one of the fists out, like a gun one. It's a bit strange, it doesn't seem to come with a weapon. I would have thought it might have come with a gun, but I suppose you could probably use a pre-existing gun with it if you wished. But I'm just going to use this fist so we can get it built. So that simply just plugs into the bottom there, like so. So now we have a proper finished arm, and then that just simply plugs into there. We have, like I was saying, you do now have the swivel, but it's obviously up here, and you obviously have full in and out as well, which is pretty cool. So that is one arm done. I'm then going to go and build the other arm, and then we'll move on to everything else. So here we are so far with the build then. So we have built both the arms. I've built there. So both arms done, head, torso together. So that's that section. Now we just have to do his lower half, obviously. So next up is his torso abdomen. So let's have a look, see here. So this is a fully articulated swivel little plug. You see here it has full-on articulation, and also it does have a lower bit of articulation as well. So it does move swivel, and these bits here also are articulated as well, which is cool. So all these bits are also movable, which is nice. So you'll have a nice bit of range of movability there. So simply, this then obviously will plug straight into there, like so. Very simple. And then I don't think anything else needs, no, there's no additional bits that need to be plugged in. That is quite literally all you do. Just that one solid piece is all you need to do. And then obviously we just simply will plug in the legs to this, obviously. So let's just make sure everything is in the right position to what we need. Now it is just the legs. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is, there is some additional bits that need to be put on two of the legs. So we'll do that before we marry them together. It just makes things a lot easier. So place everything to one side for the moment. It seems for this, for the legs, you have this big silver piece, which I believe is supposed to be kind of like a rear bumper area. So you have this nice big chrome plate, which will now go up here, right here. So that just simply plugs straight on in, like that. And then we have this, which is essentially like the kneecap, but also the lights. So it's like the rear cab lights. So this will simply just marry together here. I think that's right. Yep, that's right. So simply just plug straight on in as well. And then there's there's another piece. We have this, which is another plate. This really weird, peculiar shaped one, which I believe will go on the back. Yes, it does. So that just simply will just go straight in there, like so. And it just is kind of like additional trim. So that is all the parts, additional parts connected to the legs, which just looks amazing. And then the last piece will be simply the foot. So here we are then. His foot, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's not a decent, it is decent enough, but it's simply a foot. So let's just make sure that is flicked down. Yeah, it is actually quite, yeah, it's got toe, that's sweet. Yeah, obviously it's got foot pivot, but it's also got toe articulation as well, which is nice. So then that will simply just plug straight into there. So that is now the entire leg now built. What's also pretty cool is these wheels are actually do spin, which is nice. So as you can see, they do have some range of spin, which is nice. But that is the entire first leg completely built. So now we've built that, we marry this together. There we are. So that is the first leg totally done. So I'm going to go ahead and build the other leg, because you've seen me kind of do this one. And then we're pretty much almost there, people. We've only got one more leg to build, and we're pretty much done. And there we have it. There is literally everything that needs to be built now built. And here he is in his awesome glory. Now he's built. Doesn't he just look awesome? And here he is in his glory, people. So yeah, just look at that head sculpt. The paint on that head sculpt, beautiful chrome paint. You see the eyes, absolutely amazing. And then we come down, all the individually moulded pieces. It really is quite a simple kit. There's nothing difficult about it whatsoever. This quite literally, I mean, anybody could build this without any sort of problem, because it's nothing like a Gunpla kit. It's not as intricate as other kit builds that I've done in the past. This is actually relatively straightforward. It really, really is. I mean, it's just amazing, and it is bloody big as well. It's 30 centimeters tall once built, so it is a decent size. So we'll turn him round, get a look at the back. Again, beautifully moulded plastic, beautiful paint application. Just absolutely amazing. Really beautifully detailed. It is just incredible. This is actually the very first one that I've built. I'm actually really impressed with it. It just is. It's a lovely size once built, beautifully detailed, and it's really simple to do as well. Because quite simply, as you saw, it's literally just all laid in this tray, all the separate parts in the area that it's needed, and it comes with this, like I said, this little pamphlet which shows you the parts that you need, and it is quite clear, to be honest with you. It is pretty clear and straightforward to follow compared to other kits like Gunpla kits, for instance. Gunpla kits, they are, you could be like maybe about 4, depending of how detailed the Gundam kit or Gunpla kit is, also what grade it is as well, all goes into play. And some of them are very in depth. But this, anybody could really do this, to be honest. It's so simple. And once you've got it built, you've got this beautiful model statue, posable figurine of Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beasts. The only downside I would say is it doesn't have any weapon accessories, so you can't put him in like a fighting pose with a gun. Considering they give you individual hands, see, because like I said, I've put 2 separate hands on each arm. This is one of the closed fist ones. This is one of the open trigger finger hands. So it makes me wonder as to, if they're going to give him one of these, then why didn't they give him a gun? A part of the kit. And it also comes with these open hands. So you've got 2 of these, 2 closed fist, and you've got this one here as well, which is 2 finger pointing hand as well. So, it makes you just wonder that quite obviously they must have considered of giving you a weapon to go alongside him. Unless they are released, or they have released maybe in like a kit or something, I don't know. But according to this, that is quite literally on the back of the package. That is literally it. There is no image whatsoever of a weapon, of a gun. It is quite literally just Optimus Prime as is on his own. But hey yo. But anyway, what can you do? And that's the only criticism I will give this kit, is that there's no weapon, which is a little bit annoying. Because quite frankly, you can't have Optimus without his signature blaster. But anyway, so let's have a look, see how articulated this thing is. These, like I said, these are articulated, these pieces, which will allow you to bring the leg up to about here, and then you've got the knee bend, and you've also got foot pivot as well as articulation, and you've got the toes there as well. So you've got really good articulation there, and then obviously the whole waist, it can 360 swivel, and it also has pivots as well. The arms, like I say, you can literally come to about there, so in and out. And the shoulders are also obviously all ball jointed, and then you've got elbow, swivel, and then ball joints of the fist, and then the head also is kind of like 2 levels of movability, and then full movement. So yeah, very, very cool. So you could get some real nice poses out of this thing. Of course, not with a gun, unfortunately, because obviously he doesn't have a gun with him. But I assume if you have any coexisting figures, or if you have any figures from, or if you have some figures from the Rise of the Beast toy line that are, you know, regular toys, the ones that transform obviously, then I suppose you could use one of those guns with him. But yeah, so that is my review on Yoloparks Transformers Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime model kit. It is really cool. I am very pleased with it, despite him not having a weapon with him. But it's just a very nice, detailed representation of the character. And obviously it's much more detailed compared to the regular Studio Series Optimus Prime I've seen about. It just looks a lot better, in my opinion. But thank you so much for watching. So this has been my review on Yolopark Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime model kit. I shall be coming back with another one of these kits in due course. I have Optimus Primal as well, that my dad got me for Christmas as well, so I shall be coming back with a review on that build as well in due course. So thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you have a lovely, great new year with your family and friends, and I shall be back very soon. So stay tuned, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.